inside for what's meaningful. After initially being bogged down by her situation, she took on life with enthusiasm, gumption, and determination, and led herself to a path of healing. Now a travel coach, speaker, and author, she helps people get off their couches and into the world, finally experiencing the adventures they have dreamed of for years. Her zest for life is contagious. Be forewarned, you may find yourself taking on new projects or booking a trip after hearing her share. Chloe is joining us from San Diego. You guys, welcome to the stage, Miss Chloe Lauer.
One more time.
I reached for the banana-flavored numbing spray, opened my mouth wide, and aimed at the back of my throat. This was my nightly routine, receiving night feedings through a tube that I put up my nose and swallowed down my throat. The spray was intended to suppress the gag reflex, but it wasn't foolproof. I choked on that dang tube at least once a night, which challenged my resolve and taught me at a fairly early age how to do hard things that you don't want to do. I was 16 years old. Why the night feedings, you ask? I was underweight and malnourished, having been diagnosed with Crohn's disease 2 years earlier. It's a gastrointestinal autoimmune disorder that had me doubling over in chronic pain, vomiting in the middle of the night, and eating more like a bird than a growing teenager. I lost weight, developed depression, and stopped going to school for 6 weeks during my freshman year. What followed were years of seeking external solutions to this internal pain. And I was addicted to the cycle, the emotional roller coaster of finding alternative solutions, testing them out, often feeling that they were largely ineffective, and then blaming myself for the failure. It was an obsession with no end in sight. Thankfully, my intuition led me to a kind-hearted health coach who held up a mirror and gently invited me to see the self-destructive cycle that I was stuck in. We shifted the focus from practitioners and diets to self-love and self-care. I found freedom and started to naturally choose choices that were good for me and supported my lifestyle. I started taking hot bubble baths and relaxing more. I rubbed my belly and scented love. I even let myself sleep in. A high achiever, that wasn't something I did very often, but it made a difference because soon I noticed I wasn't obsessing over food anymore, nor was I blaming myself for not being well. And I wasn't going to sleep holding my belly. And for the first time in years, I wasn't waking up in pain. I started to let go of all the pharmaceutical medications, and I continued to up-level my vitality by studying to become a health coach so I could help others who were having similar issues, and a yoga teacher because I had found that was really soothing for me. That turning point was 11 years ago, and I can now say that Crohn's disease is my sacred wound, a spiritual gift that invited me into deeper relationship with myself and gave me the gift of empathy and compassion for others facing their own life and health challenges. Now, I don't want it to seem like it was a straight line once that health coach helped me see what was going on. There were setbacks along the way and relapses. But what made a difference is I kept showing up. And because I kept showing up, I graduated top of my class and with honors from high school, from college, and even from Harvard, where I studied at the master's level. I had a successful career as an urban planner. study abroad trips in college really opened my eyes to the glory of travel. And I became very passionate about traveling. I've been to 62 countries on my own, and that passion continued. Last year, I took a 10,000-mile road trip around the country over 100 days. And I decided to start answering the questions that I was receiving on Facebook from other women who were asking, how do you stay safe? And what do you do when you feel lonely? And I created, out of answering all of these questions and more, a course called the Transformational Travel Program. My commitment is that everyone has access to adventure as a source of self-growth and empowerment. And that's something I've been working on for the last 2 years. I continue to face challenges. In fact, I had a recent health challenge, but the biggest difference is that my beliefs have changed. I no longer believe that there's something fundamentally wrong with me. I now believe that I'm specially equipped to take exquisite care of myself, and that I'm the expert in my health and my life. Have you ever faced a blow to your vitality? I imagine you've been challenged at least a few times. What if, instead of viewing health as something going wrong, we actually saw it as something elemental and important on the journey to wellness? What if it were our body communicating in the way that it knows best, through this physical vessel itself, a miracle? Looking back, there were more things going right, even at my worst, than there were things going wrong. I had people who loved me, who were surrounding me. I had healers who were caring for me, and I had my own higher self who understood the arc of my journey before I did. I invite you now to take a look and see if, by not viewing wellness and illness as an opposition, but part of a whole, from that new perspective, if something new might be possible for you. Thank you.